What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to check out real quickly this custom Black Widow bust by Inner Studios. Now, my Black Widow bust did have some issues. I'm not going to dive deep into any of that. But what I will say is Bruce Weta Inner Studios provides absolute top-notch customer service. The guy went out of his way to really help me out in this situation. So I really appreciate that. And you could definitely buy with confidence. I've now used him not only for the Black Widow, which is, a product that more or less his studio or someone he hired from his studio to make, but I've used him to buy this Wonder Woman bust, because I really wanted to get a Wonder Woman bust with, like a good QC job. And he was able to get that for me. Additionally, he got me Captain America bust, which is arriving probably in a week or so. So he's definitely provided really good customer service for me, and I appreciate what he's done. So I'm not going to do my traditional unboxing review of this Black Widow bust, but I did want to show her here on video, so you guys can see how she looks in the display. She stands about 27 inches tall. Currently, there's only 2 of these in the world. There's mine, and then there's another guy with my exact same first name. In his, he did more of an Avengers 2 hairstyle, is what I would probably peg that hairstyle, or even, Avengers 2 is how I'd really peg it. So Avengers 2 hairstyle. She's holding a gun, along with some bullets. This is a 3D printed body and a silicone portrait with hand-punched hair, glass eyes, and everything else is 3D printed. So overall, she's quite a light bust. She also has metal earrings they installed into the silicone. Overall, I think the likeness is pretty good. I would peg this likeness as good as my Harley Quinn bust from Infinity Studios. This Harley Quinn, I would say, is about equal in terms of likeness. So, pretty good likeness overall. I used to own a smaller custom Black Widow bust that was Avengers 1 style. I think that one had a little bit better likeness, but it was very small. Where this one obviously scales with my collection much better. Scarlett Johansson, I believe, is only 5'4", so she's a small female, and Iron Man in his suit. I don't know how tall he is, but I'm guessing he's probably 6'5" in his suit. So I think she scales appropriately, considering all the people next to her are people in generally like costumes and whatnot, or larger males. And then the Captain Marvel bust. Captain Marvel's quite tall because it includes a massive base, and then her hair makes her tall. Her, float, her hair. But yeah, so the general idea of what I'm doing with this whole Marvel wall is we're going to get Captain America bust and throw it there. Thor bust, throw it right there. So very excited to do that. I don't have any space for any additional MCU bust, but what I will consider is, let's say Queen Studios makes a Hawkeye bust, I would move Spider-Man right there and then do Black Widow and Hawkeye right there. And, move Venom somewhere else. And I think Spider-Man would work great right there, because if you notice, I have all of their 1/4 scale statues right here. I got a Black Widow bust 1/4, Black Panther bust 1/4, Vision bust 1/4. Granted, they're all technically different costumes and whatnot, but it still looks really good, and I do like it. And I was able to get this to fit and not look super cluttered. And I think it looks overall pretty good. I can see each of the characters, and, obviously I had to move the Infinity Gauntlet over there and Groot right there to make this fit. But I do like it, and I think it works overall pretty good. One thing I wanted to tell you guys as well is, I contacted Queen Studios about my Thanos bust, because as you know, it does have this pretty noticeable QC issue where the paint is just a completely different color, like shade. It's like a darker black versus, more grayish black. So I told Queen, and they're actually going to be mailing me out some paint to match that. So once I get it, I don't know if I need to like airbrush it, if I need to buy an airbrush, or if I could just simply use a, little paintbrush and just more or less maybe put some like painter's tape, which I have, along here, and here, and then just simply paint it, let it dry, and boom, call it a day. So really happy that Queen Studios is doing that for me. They're, making sure the paint matches correctly, and then they're going to ship that to me. They're also going to do it. I have an issue with that Spider-Man bust, and they're going to send me some paint out for that as well, because I told them, like, hey, if you can, send me some Spider-Man, just red paint. There's a area, it's my fault, honestly, too. But I tried matching the paint, couldn't do it. They're going to send me some paint. You can't really notice in videos and photos, but it's noticeable in person. It's right on the freaking forehead. Basically, I scuffed up the face with the garage shelf while moving it once. But they're going to send me some red paint as well to, fix that. So real happy Queen Studios is doing that for me. 'Cause, that's like the only two issues on any of my busts here is pretty much the red paint there and that. And then everything else is mint condition, no major QC issues. They're also going to send me a new Loki cape as well, because mine didn't have any magnets. So looking forward to that. But the Marvel wall, overall, I am very happy I decided to go down this route. For a while I did want to do, like a Marvel bust wall. And then I, as you guys saw in the videos in the past, I did more DC up here. And I kind of just did the Marvel over there. But I think at the end of the day, it was a very good decision of me to go down this rabbit hole. Because one, I always wanted Cap. And I pre-ordered Thor, and I didn't know how I was going to fit everything. If I could go back in time, the only thing I would have done is, not bought Hulkbuster. Granted, I still love it, but I'd prefer to put DC here. And I am selling this setup if anyone wants it. And it still does work, and I still like it. But I think if I could go back in time, I just would have, had this as my vision and just thrown Shazam Black Adam down there. But overall, I'm quite happy with how this Marvel and DC room is turning out. Just a few things I would like to get. Hawkeye 1/4 right there. And then I would love a Hawkeye bust as well, honestly. I do like Venom, and technically Venom is accurate because he was in, Spider-Man No Way Home at the very end. In the after credits, Tom Hardy's, Venom was in Spider-Man's universe. Plus, I'm sure we're going to see Spider-Man in the next movie. Or Venom in the next Spider-Man movie, So I don't mind Venom at all, and I think it looks great. But I would love a Hawkeye, because then I'd have the entire original Avengers cast in life-size bust. If you think about it, I got Hulk, Widow, Iron Man. I'll have Thor and Cap. All we need's Hawkeye, and then we have Loki. We got the original movie, the one that made me love and fall in love with MCU. So I would love to get a Hawkeye for that. Even though Hawkeye is probably one of my least favorite characters, I still want him because he's the OG member. Like if I could have the entire Justice League in bust form, I would. Right now I got 4 members. I'm missing a Flash and a Cyborg, and I don't think they'll be made. Who knows? We might get a Flash, but, it'd be hard for me to put any additional busts, because if I did, I'd definitely have to, like, relocate them, to be able to do, like, a Cyborg and Flash bust if they were, for example, made. Anyways, I just want to do a quick video, show this Black Widow bust to you guys, and let you know that, Bruce Wayne, Inner Studios, he is a really good seller with great customer service, and he does take care of you. So, one last look at Black Widow. But, yeah, we'll get Captain America bust here soon. Enough.